Hello, U.S. history students, and welcome to the Week 2 quiz. I'm going to be reading the quiz questions and the answer options out loud to you in this recording. Question number 1, what primarily motivated European nations to finance voyages of exploration in the 15th and 16th centuries? A desire for riches, knowledge, and power. B, a desire to spread democracy. C, the need for additional land. D, the need to educate Native Americans. Number 2, choose all the options that correctly describe the impacts of the Columbian Exchange on the New World, the Americas, or the Old World, Europe. There are 3 correct answers. First option is exchange of food, crops, and animals. Next option is resulted in the discovery of new plants that were used to cure the plague in Europe. Next is native people were enslaved and died in large numbers when exposed to illness from Europe. Next option is growing economy for the Old World because the New World was used as an abundant source of raw materials and labor. And the last option, growing economy for the New World because Native American tribes took advantage of European explorers who did not know the resources and their value in the New World. Question number 3. Why was the Mayflower Compact important to the success of Plymouth Colony? A, it set up the process for organizing farming in the colony. B, it defined colonist separation from King James I. C, it served as a basis for passing laws for the good of the colony. Or D, it became the basis for trade agreements with Holland. Question number 4. Thousands of English Puritans arrived in Massachusetts Bay during the Great Migration. Why were they coming to the colony? A, they came to get rich from the gold found in the Massachusetts Bay Colony. B, they came to find jobs in the factories in the north. C, they fled from the religious persecution in England. Or D, they left because of a shortage of food in England. Question number 5. What geographical features led the New England economy to be based on fishing and sea trade? A, fertile soil led to a surplus of resources. B, the cold climate prevented growing many cash crops, and long stretches of coastline made it easy to bring boats in and out of the region. C, hot, dry climate made it difficult to grow food. Or D, large plots of land encouraged growth of cash crops to sell, such as tobacco. Question number 6. Which best describes the relationship between geography and economics in the British colonies? A, all of the colonies benefited from having good soil and a long growing season. B, the diverse geography of the colonies encouraged different economic pursuits. C, the geography of the colonies had little influence on the economies that developed. Or D, most of the colonies developed similar economies because they all had similar geography. Number 7, why did slavery replace indentured servants in the colonies as time went on? A, indentured servants left plantations at the end of their time of service. B, plantation owners were able to convert slaves to Christianity. C, indentured servants often rebelled violently. Or D, slaves were more intelligent and could be easily trained to undertake plantation jobs. Number 8, what was the Middle Passage? A, the time period when the slave trade was at its height, operating in the very worst conditions. B, the name given to the ages between teenage and late 20s when slaves were at their strongest. C, the portion of the Triangle Trade Route where manufactured goods were sent from Europe to Africa. Or D, the second part of the Triangular Trade Route where slaves were transported from Africa to the New World in very inhumane conditions. Question 9, what was the Enlightenment? The Enlightenment was the time period after electricity was discovered and people used this invention to enlighten their homes. B, the Enlightenment happened in the mid-1700s and was a renewed interest in religion. C, this was a period where art and culture was reborn in Europe, and it means rebirth. D, the Enlightenment was a time period in the mid-1600s to late 1700s in which some people began to look to science and reason for answers rather than God or their royal leaders. Number 10, in our final question, what did John Locke believe? A, natural law required governments to protect citizens' rights to life, liberty, and property. B, animals were superior to humans. C, the survival of the fittest would lead to the government by the most able. lead to government by the most able. Or D, that government should be led by the most supreme in society. When you are done with your quiz, make sure to submit so it goes into your grade book successfully. This will be computer graded, so you should see your results right away. Remember, you have a second attempt on these quizzes. They should be taken after you review your first attempt on the quiz in the Progress tab. Go to the Progress tab in your course, click on the left-hand side menu using the quiz item on the left-hand side menu, find your quiz or checkpoint if you're reviewing a checkpoint at the time, but find your quiz, take a look at what you missed and what you got right, and then prepare to take it a second time. Good luck.